guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. Today we're going to be trying out the new Tarte Maracuja Juicy Glow Foundation. This foundation dropped recently on QVC. It retails for $39.95 and it does come with a brush, which actually is a pretty decent brush. There are 24 different shades. The shade I chose to pick up is shade 16N, which is described as fair, light, neutral. This is going to provide medium coverage. It's going to have a radiant finish. It's infused with hyaluronic acid and superfruit, all of which are going to help blur the look of our pores, smooth out that complexion, and just give us a beautiful radiant glow. Now, I am a normal to oily skin type, oily primarily in my T-zone. What I look for in a foundation is that, of course, it's going to get me a good 10 hours of wear and that it's going to look good. It's going to look smoothing, blurring. It's not going to make me overly oily, excessively oily. I just want this to look pretty decent at the midpoint check-in and at the end of the day, end of my work day. You're going to see me wearing this new foundation in two different ways. So the way I do my foundation reviews is on day one, I show you guys the application. I wear this without any helping products, no primer, no powder, no setting spray, and we just let the foundation do what it's going to do. We see how it looks on its own. On day two, which is actually today, I am wearing it with all of my helping products that I normally would, primer, powder, setting spray, you name it, the works. And of course, at the end of this 2-day, 10-hour wear test, I'll wrap up the video. I'll let you guys know my final thoughts on wearing this product for the last 2 days. And if I can give you guys some alternatives, I most definitely will at that time. If it is your first time here on my channel, I want to say hello and welcome to all of you. My name is Steff. And clearly, this is what I love to do. I love trying out new makeup. You'll always see new makeup reviews. That's the primary content here on my channel. And I love doing foundation, just complexion reviews in general. I do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes, which I did film this look today. You guys can expect this look to go up as a YouTube short or an Instagram reel really soon. And I just talk about makeup here. We all talk about makeup here. We have a great discussion about makeup, what's good, what's not. And if you guys want to come be part of our community, I welcome you. I'd love to have you guys. Do me a favor, click on that subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you're a fan of Tarte, or maybe you didn't even know that they dropped a new foundation, they've been dropping everything on the QVC website, and I'll definitely be doing an updated full face of trying new Tarte makeup really soon. But if you're interested in this new Tarte foundation review, give this video a thumbs up before you go. As usual, guys, everything that I am using both on and off camera, it will be linked in the description box, and some of those links might be affiliate links. So if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. It really does help out. It helps out my channel so much when you guys use my links or codes, and I appreciate all of you who do so. Let's get this foundation wear test underway. If you guys want to see this new glowy foundation from Tarte in action, keep on watching. All right, so let's start applying shade 16N, which is fair, light, neutral. I'm gonna give this a good shake. Day one, I'm not wearing this with any helping products, no primer, no powder, no setting spray. And I guess I'll just, I'll start right here. This shade is definitely going to be too dark for me. And I'm a little shocked by that because usually I'm either 14 or 16 when it comes to Tarte. I'm going to use a new brush that came along with this. Hopefully I can make the shade work. I'm just going to squeeze some out in the back of my hand now and start working on this half of the face. I like that this is fragrance free. I think a lot of you will appreciate that as well. I was a little hesitant about picking this one up just because I don't have, actually no, it's the Amazonian Clay line from Tarte. That is a line of foundations that doesn't always work for me. It's just a little, that Amazonian Clay foundation, it's a little too moussey for me, and it just doesn't go with my skin. Like, I've never had a good experience with that. Even the newly reformulated I think they did that last year. I tried it. Nope. Yeah, you can see that is gonna be a shade too dark. I'm liking the finish of this though. I can definitely see the glow. I'm actually liking this brush too. All right, so here it is. One application and then no foundation. I'm gonna try now the other side with my damp beauty sponge. Tarte is always releasing brushes. I wish they would have released maybe a makeup sponge instead of a brush with this foundation, because I have a couple of Tarte makeup sponges and they're really good. They're a cute purple color. So I'm liking it with the sponge as well. I don't feel like this time it's taking away coverage. Usually with the sponge it kind of shears it out, but I feel like I got the same amount of coverage on both sides. So I like that. I like that it's versatile in the way you can use it with whatever tool is your preference. I mean, even your fingers too. Now I'm just gonna go over, I have a little bit left, I'm gonna go over the entire face. And this is the area where I like to build up coverage, old acne scars, minor discoloration. And I just press over everything to make sure everything is as seamless as possible. Now I'm not going to do any spot concealing today. I'm only going to just do some under eye concealer, and I have the Tarte Power Flex in front of me. Definitely have a glow going on. A little nervous because I'm a normal to oily skin type and I'm not powdering today. Okay, but I'm loving this. I'm loving the way it looks. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with Tarte Power Flex. This is shade 14N that I'm using. And you know what? I don't even think I'm going to powder down the concealer. I think I'm going to leave everything just the way it is. So here is what the new Maracuja, official name, Maracuja Juicy Glow Foundation is looking like on my 40-year-old normal to oily skin. It does still feel tacky, but I do feel like it's a true medium coverage, and I can definitely see the glow in this. Ignore the background noise. They're doing some work on the streets behind me. They got a really early start this morning, and I'm getting ready to head off to work. So I will do a midday check-in with you guys during my lunch break. We'll let you see how the foundation is wearing, and then I will wrap up this day one wear test at the end of the day. I think it looks nice right now. I think it feels very lightweight. I'm loving the glow, but let's see how it's gonna look all day long. Hey guys, 5-hour check-in here with this new Tarte foundation. I'm definitely glowy, a little too glowy for my liking. Yeah, we're definitely have a shine going on. I think, you know, it's a pretty foundation, but for me, this is definitely going to need to be something that I use setting powder with, and maybe even a mattifying primer. But I'm liking it. It feels really good. It does feel tacky still, though. Obviously, I didn't set it or anything. I added a little bit of the new Tarte liquid bronzer, a little bit of their glow blush. I'll have all of those details in the description box. But, you know, I like it, but I definitely need to powder. I'm not going to, I don't do any touch-ups while I'm wear testing foundations, but I'm going to be very curious to see what this looks like at the end of the day. 5 more hours to go, so I'll check in with you guys later. Okay guys, 10-hour check-in, and I am glowing. It looks like I have a combination of Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter and like a light foundation on. Those are the vibes I'm getting from this new Tarte Maracuja Juicy Tint, or Maracuja Juicy Tint Foundation. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. But definitely a little too glowy for me right now. I cannot wait to pair this tomorrow with a matte primer. Definitely some powder, definitely some setting spray. I think it's gonna look better on me and my normal to oily skin tomorrow with those helping products versus how it looks right now. But if you're looking for a foundation, a skin tint that is really gonna give you that glow, like this is glow. then this might be something you want to check out. I will say, for as glowy and I guess oily as I am right now at the 10-hour check-in, I don't notice this really caking up, and that's a really good thing, because usually when my oil starts to come through, that's when cakiness starts to occur, and I don't really notice that with this particular foundation. I do want to walk back what I said in the application portion of the video, that I felt like this was a good medium coverage. I think this is more of a light to medium coverage. It's only going to build up so much. I think this is definitely going to benefit from like your favorite concealer, like full coverage concealer, if you need to spot conceal or just build up coverage in certain areas, because I do feel like you can see, you know, the little imperfections I have here on the sides of my cheeks, and I just don't feel like it's like a true medium coverage. I feel like it's on the lighter side of medium coverage. I also want to point out that while it feels very lightweight, and I haven't really noticed it settling anywhere, I feel like because it's so glowy, it is accentuating some texture I have. It's kind of making it look like I have added texture right here when I really don't. I've never noticed like any texture into this area, but I'm kind of seeing something with this particular foundation. I don't know. I'm excited for tomorrow. I think tomorrow is just going to do a much better job. Typically, my day 2 wear tests are so much better than my day 1 wear tests, and with this glowy of a foundation, I just feel like tomorrow is going to be a winner. I will check with you guys in the morning. I'll let you know what products I went in with, and we'll see how this new skin tint from Tarte wears tomorrow. Stay tuned. Good morning, guys. Here is how my complexion is looking on this day 2 wear test. I feel like I was able to take the glowiness down a couple notches. Let me just quickly tell you which products I went in with. So I mentioned I wanted to go in with a matte primer. I chose this one from e.l.f. It is part of their Good Vibes collection, which is actually pretty good, pretty worth checking out. I'm using the same Tarte Power Flex concealer, which I've noticed this on sale at Sephora. So if you're interested in this, I do have a review on it. It's actually a really, really good concealer, both with and without powder. For blush and bronzer. So bronzer, I went in with this new one from Tarte. It is Sculpt Tape in the shade Cool Bronze. I just have that mainly on my forehead. And then for my cheeks, to get this rosy glow, I went in with the Tarte C Glowlight. This one I have in the shade Sun Flush, and I do have a video where I'm trying and swatching out all of these new Tarte blushes that drop. So I'll have my Tarte playlist linked in a pinned comment in case you want to check out any other Tarte reviews I have, because I've been building up quite a video stash with Tarte. And then for highlighter, this was supposed to be a blush. It says blush tape, but if you saw that recent Tarte video I did where I was swatching out all of the new blushes that had recently dropped, we discovered that this is something more of a highlighter and not necessarily a blush. The shade that I have that I'm wearing right now, this one is shade Peach, I believe. Where does it say peach? I know it's peach. Yeah, it is shade Peach. So I have that up here. That is the glow you see. And then the flush of color is coming from Glowlight. And I used my Urban Decay All-Nighter setting powder to set my T-zone, to set my under eye area. I even set a little right here on the perimeter of my face. And I'm loving the way the complexion looks. I think it looks really good. But as you're applying the foundation, you can definitely see that glow. Like, it's like almost like you're putting liquid highlighter on your face. Think Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, Kosas Glow Ivy. It's a product like that that's really gonna provide that illumination. To lock it all in, I went in with one size from Patrick Starr. This is the Until Dawn waterproof mattifying setting spray. So I have a lot higher expectations for this foundation. The skin tint today, it feels really good. I think my makeup looks really good, but it has 9 more hours to go, so I will check in with you guys during midday, show you guys what the complexion's looking like, and of course at the end of the day we will wrap up this 2-day 10-hour wear test trying out the new Maracuja Juicy Tint Foundation. Stay tuned. Hey guys, 5-hour check-in here on this day 2 wear testing this new one from Tarte. I think it's looking much better today at the 5-hour check-in than it did yesterday at the 5-hour check-in. But you know, I've been thinking all day, what does this foundation remind me of? And I have a foundation in my stash, which is actually one of my favorites,
that that is a total dupe for this. That one is less expensive than this one is. So I'm going to share those dupe alternatives with you at the end of this video when I wrap things up. But yeah, now that I think of it, those are pretty spot on. And I'm going to share some swatches with you also at the end of the video. That way, hopefully it'll help you make a good shade buying decision. I do feel I have a shade that is a little too dark, but I'm sure it'll be okay. It'll be a nice spring, summer shade for me. The foundation feels great. I think it's looking great. It's wearing great. And I will check in with you guys in 5 more hours.
All right, guys, we've come to the end of this 2-day, 10-hour wear test trying out the new Tarte Maracuja Juicy Glow Tint Foundation. Once again, I picked up the shade 16N Fair Light Neutral, which I'm going to swatch out for you guys right now against a couple other different foundations I have that are similar to this one. But I will say, and as you can see, it is a little too dark for me. So let me go ahead and put some of this on the back of my hand. I feel like, again, there is a shade missing in between 16 and 12. Usually there's a 14, and I actually have shade, what shade is this? This one is 14S Fair Light Sand, and this one is in the Tarte Hydroflex Serum Foundation. This is a really nice skin tint as well. This is a better shade match on me as well. I got this one from Sephora. I do have a review over this one, but you can clearly see the difference. This is the Tarte Hydroflex, and then this is the new Maracuja Glow. I do have, what else did I have? Oh yeah, I have this other one. This is my favorite so far from Tarte as far as foundations go, and this is the Tarte Shape Tape Cloud Coverage. It does have SPF 15 in this one, and I use the shade 16N, also Fair Light Neutral. But this one, and you're gonna see right now from the swatch, totally different shade than the new Tarte Maracuja one, and they're both 16N Fair Light Neutral. So those are some differences. Let me just go ahead and swatch out the concealer that I've been wearing in this video. It is the Tarte Power Flex concealer, and this concealer, I believe I have, what shade? I know I told you guys earlier. I have shade 14N, and it is this one right here. So concealer, this one is the Cloud Coverage, this is the Tarte Hydroflex, and then this is the new Maracuja Glow. I feel like the shades in this one are gonna lean a little on the darker side. I also think there were 24 shades, not 23. I don't know if I misspoke at the beginning of the video, but I think there's 24 different shades. It is gonna be available in a travel size, which is great. That is already up on the Tarte website, but it's not available yet. So right now it's exclusively available at QVC, and then I'm sure within a week or two it's going to be available, or who knows, maybe this weekend it'll be available on the Tarte website. But you can see more info on it on the Tarte website versus the QVC website, and I always love that Tarte gives us the option to buy a mini size of pretty much all of their products. Now, what do I think of this foundation for me and my 40-year-old normal to oily skin? I mean, it did a much better job today. I am not nearly as shiny, as glowy as I was yesterday. I don't think this is going to be for those of you who have full-on oily skin. I definitely think this is going to be a product you want to stay clear of. But everybody else, all my other beauties out there that are not full on oily, I think this new product is definitely worth checking out, because I've had this on for 10 hours now. I was gonna say 10 bucks. So I've had this on for 10 hours now, and there's no cakiness going on my face. It's just, it really does look smooth. It does have that smoothing effect. But you want to be careful if you're going to wear this on its own with no helping products, because I do think it can accentuate texture just because it is such a glowy product. And if you're familiar with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, then you know that's going to give, or that does provide, a really nice, beautiful glow. And if you were to wear that on its own, you're going to see some pores, you're going to see some texture highlighted, accentuated, and that's exactly what this does. Now, I think this paired with maybe, you know, a typical loose powder that you're a fan of, maybe just a finishing powder, some of your favorite concealer to kind of just spot conceal, because I don't feel you get a full medium coverage with this. It's definitely on the lighter side of medium coverage. I think that's also going to help take the glowiness down a little bit, but you're still, trust me, you're still going to get that glow. It's still going to look just beautiful, especially going into spring and summer. Oh my goodness, this I think is going to become a holy grail foundation for some of you, especially those of you that you just want something glowy. You just want something a little more natural looking, and maybe you're just going to do a little under eye brightener and you're going to just kind of do a light layer of this on your skin. It is going to be perfect. Now, I do have a couple options for you, and the option I have, this has been one of my most favorite foundations ever since it was released, and it's from Nabla, and this is the Nabla Skin Realist. This is a hydrating, beautifying tinted balm foundation, and it is infused with hyaluronic acid, just the way this one is. Their textures, their consistencies are almost identical, and I'm gonna swatch them both. This is the Nabla one, and I have shade 2, which is light 2 in this one. They're pretty much almost the same shade. I think they do the exact same thing. And I want to say the Nabla one is about 30 bucks. Maybe even cheaper if you can find it at like Beauty Bay on sale. So here is Tarte 16N, and here is Nabla shade light 2. I love them both, and they look identical. I love them. I love the Skin Realist. I've used the Skin Realist for so long. I probably need to get a new bottle. It's probably expired, but I still use it anyway. I love that it comes in the airtight container as well. If you don't want to get the Tarte one, maybe you feel it's just going to be too much glow, or maybe you're just not able to order from QVC right now, or to order from the Tarte website because it's not available yet, I would try the Nabla Skin Realist. And if you have this already, I don't think you're going to need this one from Tarte. This is a beautiful foundation, and it is about half the price, or maybe just about $10, $12 cheaper than this new one from Tarte. I also want to give a shout out to the IT Cosmetics CC Nude Glow foundation. This is going to give you a glow. It's a pretty much the same amount of coverage as this new one from Tarte. However, the glow that you get from this one is not nearly as intense as what you get from the Tarte one, and I'm swatching it back here on my hand. So here is the the IT Cosmetics CC Nude Glow. Here is the Nabla, or here is the Tarte, and then there is the Nabla. And in the CC Nude Glow, I have the shade Fair. Fair is on this side. I also want to say that the IT Cosmetics CC Illumination, that is going to give you more coverage than this Tarte one, but that is going to give you more along the lines of that illumination, that glowy effect. So if you don't want to glow too much and you still want to stay in the IT Cosmetics line, I would go for CC Nude Glow, because I don't think the glow in this one is as intense as the one in CC Illumination. But other than that, I liked this. I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up. I think it really is a beautiful product, a beautiful glowy product, and I think it wore really well on my 40-year-old normal to oily skin, especially today when I paired it with primer, powder, and setting spray. I would recommend using mattifying products if you're along the similar skin type as I am, and of course if you're dry skin, you might not need to go in with that intense of a moisturizer, because this is definitely going to provide moisture, it's going to provide glow, but just proceed with caution if you have a lot of texture, because glowy products, they do tend to accentuate texture, but I do see that smoothing, blurring effect with this one. You know, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you decide to pick it up, and maybe you'll want to wait for it to go to Tarte so you can try, you know, the sample size of it, the travel size of it. I always think that's a good way to try new foundations, especially those that are on the higher price side. I mean, 40 bucks is 40 bucks. At QVC, it's 40 bucks and you get the brush. At Tarte, it's $40 without the brush. And I did like the brush, by the way. I thought the brush is really good. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your comments down below. What did you think of today's wear test? Have you heard about this new Maracuja Juicy Glow Tint Foundation from Tarte? Are you gonna be picking it up? Leave it all in the comments down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.